What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday. How everybody doing out there in internet lands and all that shit? Before we start this shit off today, let's see if I remember it. Check that shit out. We got a show coming up May the 4th, thrown by Eargasm Comedy and Selfie World. We present May the 4th Be With You. Food, drinks, comedy. There's gonna be trivia. There's gonna be costume contests, all that type of shit there. I think maybe tickets is maybe $30. You get dinner. You get the whole facilities of the Selfie World. If you haven't checked out Selfie World out in Cleveland, it's a nice little spot, especially to take a date. You know, it's a bunch of it's a little little spot that it has inside a little kiosk in there. And they have different scenes, like you're at the beach, or I don't know if anybody's seen some of my pictures. I'm in the Care Bear outfit, and I'm on clouds, or I'm with a big teddy bear. There's one with me and the Grinch in the bathtub with champagne, shit like that. So it's a real cool little spot. Come and check us out. That's May the 4th. And I'll put the flyer up in the second half for Cinco de Mayo show we're doing at Chef Caroline's Exotic Cuisine out in Cleveland. That will be the 5th. That you just come and be drunk. Everybody Mexican that day. So so remember, May the 4th, we got Star Wars, not Trek. Get it fucking right. And on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And then at the end of the month, no, Will Smith is not playing the new Popeye. There's been 50 motherfuckers they put on here. Scott Hoon, my boy out here. Scott, they've been switching that up. It was originally supposed to be The Rock. I actually think it is still going to be The Rock. But I've seen everybody from Ryan Reynolds to Will Smith to they're putting all kind of people in that whole shit. But anyways, back to like I was saying, come check us out on May 4th at Selfie World, May 5th at Caroline's Exotic Cuisine. Selfie World, there's a lineup. I'm gonna have to go through the names here in a little bit for the lineup on Selfie World. At Chef Caroline's on Cinco de Mayo, it's gonna be hosted by Gene Miller. Big Grape's gonna be there. Formerly of Redline Radio, he's got some other place he at now. The Anthony Marsicola. Jordan Sanchez, D.D. Dan Smith, and yours truly. We will be doing that. And then on May 30th, that's another weird name. It's something 176 out in Cleveland. I will be featuring out there for that show. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. Hopefully we're gonna be doing a lot more stuff with the Upside Down Studios crew this year. There ain't no excuses. The weather's gonna be good. The music gonna be good. We gotta get y'all local bands back out there pumping that jam out again. So without further ado, it's me and motherfucking Greg tonight. Greg, come on down. What up?
What up, y'all?
So how things been doing in the world of Greg there?
Oh, they've been doing. Staying afloat, you know. Best I could do anyway. Best
That's
all
it.
we can do, really.
So I guess we're gonna start it off early touching people in the boo-boos.
Oh man.
So
I don't like boo-boos.
my son sent me an article earlier, and I was briefly glancing over it about how Ohio, Tennessee, and a bunch of other states are going against Joe Biden's new Title IX enforcement rules and shit. You know what Title IX is?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think you started explaining it to me in the beginning of the show, and then shit got all fuckered up. But
All right. So for the people out there, I'll give you the brief summary of it. Title IX is the new fuck shit that Biden is trying to push through on our schools. Pretty much they're saying that the schools have to be DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusionary, which on the surface sounds okay, but when you get into it, it's some real fuck shit. That's pretty much telling telling everybody that it's okay to have these kids dressed up like cats in school. If you do have them kids who dress up like animals in school, you got to provide litter boxes. We talked about this a couple years back when they first started this horse shit. Um, if the kid decides it wants to be trans or whatever, you can't stop a boy from going in the girls' bathroom or locker room, etc. And what's oddly enough, and they don't ever say this, but if it's going to be equal, that means they can't stop girls from going in the boys' bathroom either. Which don't really seem like a fucking big deal because what fucking women are taking their asses in the boys' bathroom unless they going to do something they ain't supposed to be doing.
Right.
But the major kicker of this thing, I mean, it's all fuck shit to me, and it's more on the whole sexual gender thing, which shouldn't be in the fucking schools to begin with.
Right.
The thing that got me about it is that, and I'm trying to find the exact wording here. So a lot of people expand the definition of sex to include gender identity. Okay, so, and this is a quote. It says, the U.S. Department of Education has no authority to let boys in the girls' locker rooms, says Attorney General Scamidi, which is correct. It is saying that, let's see, under this radical and illegal attempt to rewrite the statute, if a man enters a woman's locker room and a woman complains that it makes her uncomfortable, the woman will be subject to investigation. The woman will be subject to investigation and penalties for violating the man's civil rights. You already said it. It's right there. It's right there in plain English. No trans, no furry, no man. Because when it boils down to it, it's fucking man and woman. No archaeologist done found a tranny fucking dinosaur bone. There ain't nothing written in the scripture about, the apostle transgender. I just, and what really kills me about this shit is a lot of women are falling for this bullshit. And they're saying it's women's rights and it's women's this and it's women's that. No, the fuck it's not. The same men that are taking over the women's workplace and the women's this and the now have figured out that if they dress up like you, they can infiltrate from the inside. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. The wolf done put the sheep's fucking, was the wolf in the sheep's clothing?
That's funny. Oh, fuck.
Well, if Olive Oil didn't have Bluto and Wimpy and the rest of Tupac's crew in her mouth, maybe Will wouldn't be so salty. What'd you think about that shit, man?
Dude, like I said, I said off earlier, but that shit's just getting out of hand. Like, I don't know. Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly, I have no words, dude. I just don't understand it, like, at all. And it's, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just getting out of hand. Like, I understand, freedom of speech, freedom to do what you want to do, yada 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 yada. But I mean, come the fuck on. You have the freedom to do what you want, but you can't force everybody else that has the same freedom as
Right.
you. I like I said, I'll never understand. And
Did
there's
you see
that,
the
and
new bullshit? And I haven't looked and see if it was real, but I've seen a lot of people been sharing it. Now you can identify as a season.
yeah, I seen posts about that too. And like, honestly, dude, as soon as I seen it, I said, okay, I'm like, just let me just keep going because I don't even like that. That's even stupider than the shit that we already had.
Well, I mean, but the bad thing is I could validate that more than I could validate the rest of this bullshit. Do you remember
I
when we was
can't, I
coming up?
can't even do that because, like,
Well,
how
I
can
mean,
you?
like this. Just check it out. Remember when we were younger? Every time Christmas time started coming around, maybe October-ish, November-ish, late November, we start getting the Christmas cartoons and stuff, the clay animation Christmas, the Frosty, the Snowmans, the
Okay,
Rudolph.
right,
Okay,
right,
Jack Frost.
okay.
That he was Winter. There was Old Man Winter. There was the Heat Miser. There was, so I can get that. All right, I
Okay.
got
Well,
you. I got you. So you want to identify as a season, but there was
but
no boy pretending to be a girl that's pretending to be a cat. You adding a whole other equation. That's that new math. You adding a whole new
right,
equation to that shit.
but like even throwing that in there, like Jack Frost isn't real. Like, like
Neither
I
neither is
understand your
these guys'
argument.
idea of being a woman.
Like I said, I understand your argument, but goddamn it, Jack Frost is not real. So that just goes right back to the I don't understand. I don't understand.
And it's like you were saying, yes, I am totally for you. This is America. I mean, even if these, because there's, I guess, oh God,
Now
there's,
listen,
there's,
like
there's,
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'll put it to you this way: furries, they've been around for fucking ever. Okay, they had their own little group. They carried on amongst themselves. They didn't.
right,
And a lot of people didn't do it because they thought it was embarrassing. But at the same time, the people that didn't think it was embarrassing didn't push it on other
right.
people. So it was never a problem. You know what I mean? But now it's starting to become a problem. Yeah, you're going to have your people that have an issue with it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they're not, the furries weren't pushing the issue. But now the issue is being pushed upon everybody else. And it's, I don't know if you've gotten to the comment that you made to me earlier while we were offline about Joe Biden and shit. Did you say something about that yet? Because
Not
I
yet.
was like, still, I was in the middle of doing all the editing and trying to get
No.
all that shit done. All right, but anyway, so yeah, that kind of falls back on that. You know what I mean? That you're pushing an issue that doesn't need to be pushed. That should be all carried on in somebody owns
Your
private
own
life.
business, right? That is
Right,
your own damn business.
right.
So, here's the one. I just remembered this, and it's only illegal in one state. And and that's the state where apparently this girl who started this movement is from. There's also now trans caninism.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that a little bit more. Because I can go either fucking
So
way, but
far when I looked into it, so far what I looked into, it's women who like having sex with dogs. So they believe that they're dogs because
no, wait a minute.
they're only attracted to dogs.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the woman has said, she the article I was reading, and apparently she got a Facebook page too, but or no, it's a Twitter X, whatever the fuck it's called. But she says that, and she claims that she's an educated woman. She has a doctorate of science, this and that, all this. She puts her credentials out there, and she says that a lot of people do it, and they just don't want to tell no excuse me, tell nobody about it. But she says she has had sex with 2 men in her life, and it was terrible. But she has had sex with 6 different dogs, and she loves it, and so she believes that she's a dog. And anybody who doesn't believe that she's a dog is intellectually inferior.
Okay, so that falls back on my question would be who should care other than her? If that's what she wants to do, that's her.
Well,
You know what I mean?
in Nevada, that's because that's what this was going on that were originated in Nevada. It's illegal, and if you say and if you're doing anything with an animal, you're fucked. Like
Right.
that's big time.
I
But
totally understand that, but
and she's fighting for her right to fuck dogs.
right. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know.
In
The
the
shit
bad
is
was
just
like I
fucked
was
up.
reading some of the
The shit
comments
is.
under it,
Uh-huh.
and the people that are defending her are saying, "Well, I've been in a relationship with my cousin for years, and people look down on that and all this. Like, there's a bunch of incest people started popping up under it. Like, had nothing to do with dogs. They had something to do with either fucking their sisters or their cousins or their dads. Like, I'm like, what? This is this is this is what the world has come to. I mean, I'm a freak, but I keep my freakiness to the internet or to where it belongs. You know, there's
Right.
places for your whatever you want to do in your lifestyle, whatever. Believe you me, there is a place you can go do that legally. There's
Right.
somewhere you could go do that legally without pushing that shit on nobody and without anybody having to know your business.
Right.
When it comes down to it, when you people are getting persecuted and you people are getting fucking looked down upon and all this shit because you put your business out there. You put your business out there, whether it be you fucking a dog or you in a fucked up relationship or whatever. Once you put your business on the internet, now you become a sitcom. You know,
Right.
it's for the world to see, for the world to comment on it. And, you know, now you got to play on that.
Right. And I'm sorry, but to me, like me and my wife's relationship, and like everybody knows we're married, and everybody sees our relationship, yada 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 yada. Okay, but now a lot of the problem was for years was, for example, like uh, the term coming out of the closet. There was people that were gay, and there was people that was against that shit, and people that didn't care either way. As
Right.
long as you were happy, whatever. And basically that's where all this kind of started. You know what I mean? It was like we were trying to help the people trying to live normal lives because they didn't want to hide their shit no more and da 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 da. Okay, but now we're just taking it and whatever weird and fucked up sexual preference you can have. Now you have to come out and let everybody know. No, that's not.
Right. I
That wasn't
feel
the
like,
point. Like these people, like the gays, then just wanted to be treated
equal.
normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what they fought for. That's what they did. And now it's just again getting blown out of hand. Because now it's now okay. Well, I want to do this, so now I have to be known for doing this, and everybody has to accept it. Well, no, keep that shit to yourself. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to keep it to yourself. Yeah, this is what I do, but you ain't got to be on the internet and making posts and making videos and blogs and all this other shit
Yeah,
because
saying
you
that
want
we
the attention.
you know, you
Right,
start
right,
to, this goes back to even, even like I said, during the riots and shit going on. You start forcing your views on somebody. You start telling somebody that they have to, think a particular way, or you don't give them all the information. Like, we create again, and I know a lot of people are tired of me saying this, but we all but was done with racism in the 90s. You know, the mid to the late 90s. I mean, there was still few fuck people here and there acting the fool, but we
right,
was we was done with that bullshit. You know, that's how we come about to start helping out the gay folks, because we was done with the whole racism bullshit. We all
Right.
made fun of each other. We all, we all knew the Mexicans, the illegals. They was doing the orange picking down, the black folks watermelon, white folks macaroni and cheese. It was a big joke.
Right.
Then these riots come about. You saw a bunch of little white kids seeing white people get persecuted, but not being told why or given the real information why. All they see is all these black folks destroying white folks' stuff and coming at white folks. On the other end, you see all these young black folks, these young black kids, not knowing what really went on or what's really going on. They seeing nothing but white cops beating on people, white people doing this, white people doing that. Nobody get. So we created a whole new generation of racists, white and black on both ends. And now the Latino thing bleeding thin again. All because of lack of information. All because you want to force your bullshit on somebody. You want to force this to that on the gay things. I remember back in the day when we started doing the shows on the flags, and the gay people. There was the gay people, like you said. They just wanted to live. They just wanted to be happy. They didn't want to be fucked with. Maybe they wanted to get married and have a kid. So what? That's a good thing. Fucking be productive part of fucking society. And
Right.
but people kept telling them, and not the anti-gay people, but people like me and other people who are just like seeing, stepping back and looking at the big picture. We kept telling folks, look, if you keep pushing for this shit and push, more and more weirdos is gonna jump on the bandwagon. More and more fuck shit is gonna jump on. So it went from the LGBT, or no, it went from the gay community to the LGBT, and each new letter was a new fucking weirdo group that they added on to the end of it. Do you recall the big fit that they said, oh no, we're not going to let MAPS into the group? MAPS aren't going to be a part of the group. There's no way that these minor attractive people were going to be a part of the gay or LGBT community. Yeah, what the fuck is that bright pink and that baby blue stripe on your goddamn flag? That's the MAP stripes. And they even went so far to adopt that there's a lot of transgender flags, because apparently they got their own flag, that look damn near identical to the pedophile flag. That baby blue and baby pink.
I gotta look this up.
Oh yeah, dude. I got a buddy of mine, kid I grew up with. I didn't know he was gay until recently, but so what? You're fucking gay. Big deal. He was supporting one of the gay festivals or whatever. I'll post your stuff. Hey, we're all friends. I don't give a fuck. But when you got that fucking flag on there with the baby blue and the pink on there, I can't fuck with it. And I told him about it. I'm like, dude, what? Do you not know? This is your people. You not know that this is some fuck shit? And then some people under, he didn't say nothing at first. Some other people under, oh, you're an anti-gay, you're anti-this, and no, the fuck I'm not, you dickhead. I want to support you guys, but I can't support you guys with a pedophile fucking flag on your shit. And I went and asked another friend of mine who is a transgender comedian.
All right, so wait. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
I remember the gay flag being a rainbow.
Right. It was like 4 colors.
5.
5 colors.
Right. So now it's got the whole,
that extra triangle with them colors in there.
Black, brown, blue, color. And the pink and the white.
Yeah. Okay. The pink and the blue are represent the map.
All right. Well, I'm just making sure, because I haven't. No, that's all new to me altogether. But okay, so.
And then after like I said, I talked to Alexa about it, and I'm like, am I wrong? Am I seeing this different? Am I being intolerant? And she, whatever Alexa's identifying today as, told, no, you're not wrong, Mark. You're not. And she's an actual, the top is done, the bottom ain't done. But hey, you live your life the way you want to live it. But she says she hates when fucking people put that flag up because she knows exactly that means fucking kitty fuckers. And you'd be
Alright,
surprised.
I got Serenity is blue.
Oh, so now they're giving the colors emotions.
Okay, and then it says the white, blue, and pink is trans people. I have no map. I have what the fuck?
I was gonna
Red.
go.
It says red is life, orange is healing, yellow is new ideas, green is prosperity, blue is serenity, violet is spirit, and then it says brown or black and brown is color of people. White, blue, and pink is trans people. Yellow and purple circle is intersex.
All right, I am.
Now
I'm
that's
just
just
do the.
one thing that I found so far. I
Okay,
haven't.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna just screenshot it because this is the first thing that pops up on Google when I type in map flag. So I'm gonna screenshot it and I'm gonna send that shit to you right now. Because of course, like you're telling me now that each and every one of the colors is a an emotion now, which that's some new
No,
shit to me.
the first five colors that I'm used to, and the rainbow colored, just
Uh-huh.
the stripes by itself. Those were all the whatever you just said,
Emotions.
and then the rest of them were all uh, the black and brown, the trans people, and what was the other one?
See
I totally
the way I recall it, it had nothing to do with any of them emotions. Each one of them colors was the color for that particular group in that lettering or whatever. Yeah. So your first five colors LGBTQ. Those are the first five colors that we were used to. But you see what I just sent you? That's the first thing that comes up when you type in map flag. Blue, baby yellow, white, baby pink, red.
what the fuck? Ooh, hold on, I'm on the wrong profile. I'm on Upside Down Studios.
And we're about a minute away here. So let me prep the cocks while you're doing that. Always thinking about you, Scotty. That and let me change my background to the other promo.
Okay, so what you're showing me
Okay, read the
is
whole thing. You got to read the whole thing.
is that the one I sent you?
Is what the one you sent me?
That picture, that
Oh
background?
no, that's not the one you sent me. I forgot you even did the new one.
Yes, send that one, or I mean, use that one.
All right.
But
Um.
anyhow, the name of this flag that you sent me is totally different from the actual, as you would say it, alphabet.
Well, yeah. The one that I sent you is the actual map flag. Now they took the colors from that map flag and they incorporated it into the LGBT elemental P flag. So them colors there on the alphabet flag mean what that says. And the bad thing is it was a prank that started. They made that and it was adopted by the map community.
I don't
Uh,
know, because I'm really fucking confused now because this is the flag and this is the pride flag, right? And the colors that you sent me, there is all the ones that you're saying on the pride flag all stand for trans people.
Yeah, yeah. That's the whole thing. Did it come up? Oh, there it goes. All right.
It's kind of rough to read. Damn it. But anyhow, hey,
Yeah.
hold on.
So yeah, and I believe that it was in that kind of miscommunication or whatever. That's where me and the other people on that post got into it, because they there's a lot of people who don't want to believe that them colors mean that, but dude, these colors meant fucking kitty fuckers before you decide to whip it out and put a dress on. You were still part of the LMNOP before the maps decided to put their pastels into the flag.
I don't know. Again, I for the first time I actually seen the pride flag that was completely fucking different from what I remember.
Oh yeah, dude. Now it's we just had, it was a flag and it was the colors. The
Right.
colors just went down. That was
Right.
it. Now it's a triangle in the middle of it, and there's stripes this way. And
Well,
there's
no,
stripes.
it's weird because like they're trying to do it. It's almost like the American flag, but like not. They're doing like the whole triangle from one side with and then stripes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just no, that's all new to me. But again, I just kind of ignore a lot of that stuff because that's not anything I have to do with. Again, I don't.
And generally I do too, but again, like I said, I can't. And Carlos, if you're listening to me, bro, I love you, but I can't help promote anything that got them colors on it. And he understood that. He did the one promotion I did. He did take that flag off of it, but I mean, there's a lot of people in that community who refuse to see the truth. There's like a lot of people don't want to see the truth of critical race theory, or a lot of people don't want to see the truth about Bidenomics, any of the bullshit. It's what they want to believe something is, and they want it to be that so bad that it's that in their brain and everybody else is wrong. And that's a big issue we got in America nowadays. Especially like I'm looking right now at these anti-war protesters, which they're not anti-war protesters. These people are not anti-war protesters, and the media keeps saying that. It's not about, they don't want the war to stop. They want America to quit helping Israel. And what happens when America quits helping Israel? Then Palestine has a leg up. And it fucking kills me because I've been watching this for the past few days, and they're taking over these schools and shit, and they're doing the same fuck shit. Well, maybe at a 1, the real people do it at an 11, but these kids are doing the same fuck shit that these hummus fucking piece of shit terrorists in Palestine that are doing. They done took 3 janitors hostage. They're bashing up shit. They're demanding shit, even though they're already privileged fucking kids. Because I mean, you might see 1 or 2 people with a fucking tan in that group, but 90% of these kids are little snowflake white kids who, if even just one, just like I'm right now, I am looking at a girl who she is wearing Daisy Duke shorts. She has a mask over her face. She has a black hat on. That's it. Her hair is showing. She has a halter top on. And she's holding a sign that says Free Palestine. You stupid cunt. Do you know what would happen to your ass if they dropped you off in Palestine right now? Do you know what the fuck would happen to that little white girl? 1, your hair is showing. That's a brick to the face. 2, your shoulders are showing. That's a brick to the face. 3, your belly is showing. That's a brick to the face. 4, you're a white woman with a sign and no man next to you in Palestine because you can't go outside without a man. You are a white woman out there demanding shit. Bitch, they ain't even gonna rape you first. They're gonna stone you and then rape your dead body. and then
Yeah.
they'll send your body parts to your fucking parents.
Right. But at the same time, that's the way they want to live their life over there. Doesn't
No,
mean
this
that.
is here. This is here.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
these
either way,
kids
they
are
could.
protesting here. Like they took over
Right.
the
Well, that's the
University of.
thing. Even though there's people here supporting whoever over there, doesn't mean that they live that life. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at, though. They don't realize what they're supporting. They don't realize. They just think,
Some of
oh
them
well.
do. Some of them do. And now listen, now and I'm only telling you this because I have family and shit that's involved in all this shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not getting into detail. I'm not, you know what I mean? But they live the American life. You understand what I'm saying? But they still support their family and everything that does, and they still believe in the religion and all that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
So,
that's perfectly acceptable. But what I'm saying is,
but
like,
there's also going to be people in that family that aren't actually of that descent that are still going to support that family. You understand what I'm saying?
right, right.
So maybe that's what
I
maybe that shit that you see might be having family and all that shit and all this shit.
dude, this little white girl don't got family in Gaza, and
That
I think I know what you're talking about. And as far as that whole Gaza thing and stuff, at one point, and this is another reason why I'm really, I really got no fucking love for that shit. At one point before this war started, there was no Israelis stole the Palestinian lands. There was no Palestinians stole the Israeli lands. They were living together. The Gaza Strip it was like a fucking mall. People were living together fine. They were fucking fine. These Hamas motherfuckers come in who really had nothing to do with the Palestinian people who were in Gaza, because the people in Gaza, whether you were Israeli or Palestinian, you were still getting shot. You were still getting raped and fucking cut up. They wiped out their own people too. Hamas claims, that wasn't the Palestinians in Gaza who were in the Gaza Strip did not start that fucking war. They did not do the attack on Israel. The fucking Israelis that were there did not go against the Palestinians in Gaza. What the Israelis did after Hamas hit, they found a spot in Gaza and they fucking attacked, and they used the peaceful people there as pretty much shields. And now at the end of the day, people think they're still supporting them good people in that strip. People still think that Gaza is no longer that shopping mall. Gaza is no longer that fucking land where everybody was living together peaceful. The Israeli government told the peaceful people, look, we have a place for you to go. You guys could all go, whether you were Israeli, whether you were Palestinians, but this place is filled with this gang, and we got to get rid of them. These kids in America are protesting, thinking that they're helping the fucking the peaceful people, and they're not. They're supporting Hamas. I'm looking at signs. These kids are saying support Hamas and pro Hamas. You stupid fuck. Those ain't even, half of them ain't even Palestinian. They're Iranian. And then the fact, like I said, the fact that dumb motherfucker came out, like I was all for, the conspiracy theories that the U.S. and Israel was doing this for the Suez Canal, the expansion of the Suez Canal and trade, because that makes sense. That's money. That's big money. You need that land. How do you get that land cheap? You start a war. People fucking leave. You got the land cheap. It's not about that. Okay. Well, then then maybe it's just about the land. Okay, well then you send the people out the land. Why would you fucking decimate your own land? It don't make sense. But I figured, hey, maybe they just, the whole biblical thing. No, that fucking cocksucker came out and said it was about 2 cows, and I will keep repeating this till the fucking cows come home. When he said that this war is about 2 fucking cows, fuck you, fuck Hamas, fuck all of them, and fuck you little snowflakes who are supporting. That was the head general said this was all about cows. That I don't understand. I could figure out the alphabet map. I could figure out the fucking all the rest. I can't figure out. You started it. There's are now damn near millions of people dead over 2 cows. And if you dumb fucks read your goddamn Quran right, you would know that the fucking cows had to be born over in the litter box. Not coming from the fucking McDonald's factory here in Texas. And
Well, that kind of goes to one of my statements. The United States gets involved in shit that is none of their goddamn business.
Mhm.
And that's why all this bullshit's going on. If we were like, I don't know, rest of the fucking world to where, we minded our own business, we kept our own fucking people, we dealt with their shit in our own fucking way, and left everybody else to fuck alone, we'd be fine. But no, we get dragged into everything because nobody can mind their goddamn business.
And then we got these couple, and it's mostly France and Canada. I've noticed France and Canada are them 2 little bitch friends that the bully always has. Oh yeah, you gotta go fuck with them. Yeah, yo, you gonna let him do that? You gonna let him do that? That's especially Trudeau's little bitch ass. Because while all this shit is going on over here, he's having fucking people arrested and beaten down for protesting against shit that he wants, his climate shit. Pretty much
Right.
Joe Biden's climate shit.
So I got a question.
Huh.
Have we ever been at war with Canada?
Yes, and we lost.
And we lost?
We fucking lost. Look it up.
Oh, that's some shit.
It was like we were at war with somebody else, and one of our generals decided he was gonna go and press up against Canada, and because we were shorthanded in our military at the time, the Canadian mounted whatever the fuck kicked our asses.
Well, I mean, these cats do survive in mountains and shit, dude. Like, just saying. But, yeah, all right.
I mean, America loves to say that we won all the wars. No.
I think I might have to go to Google University for that and have to
You know where I found that little trivia piece of knowledge from?
Huh.
I learned it from a very, very educated crackhead who used to be a radio personality. Remember Viking Jim?
Mm-hmm.
I did a couple one of them tour bus thingies with him, and he did a lot of trivia shit and stuff like that. And I even worked with him for a minute, and we were just bullshitting about different things and stuff. And he let me know about that, and I'm like, ain't no fucking way. Yeah. And then they even talked about it on his radio show.
All right, so listen, I got a funny story about Viking Jim. Viking, right? From
Our Viking.
Yeah, from Pappy G's and shit. So when we did that, why did he eat that? It was the hot nut challenge. He challenged Strati and all that shit.
Yeah.
So when that show was going on, like me and Strati, like for some fucking reason, we had the 2 confused. You know what I mean? Like I told Strati, I was like, well, Viking from out there at Pappy G's wants to do this fucking, you know what I mean? He's like, and Strati was like, well, is that Viking Jim from? I said, I don't know. So I looked up Viking Jim, right? And like the pictures,
for a minute they looked almost the same, man.
Right, with the fucking beard and everything, So I'm telling Strati, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, it might be. Like, I sent him the pictures, and he's like, dude, it might be. I was like, all right, cool. So the night of the show, all right, we're sitting down here, me and Strati, we got everything set up. We're waiting on Viking and his buddy and all that to show up and everything to start taking place. And we're still at that moment, we're like, I don't know, dude. It might be, it might not. And like, I had the picture, his both pictures up on the fucking monitor, the big monitor in the fucking studio, and we're both like, I don't know, like it. But anyhow, so here comes Viking and his buddy. They come down, and and Viking's like out of his element. You know what I mean? Because he's not out in the country, out in the field. He's like at my house. You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. We're in somebody's basement. Why aren't we outside in a field? You know what I mean? But so he comes in and like, and Strati, and like he's like, oh, I'll find out. And like a Viking hit the bottom of steps, and he's like, dude, are you Viking Jim from the radio? And he's like, uh, no. And then Strati's like, oh, all right, well that answers our question. And then so Viking's still standing at the bottom of the steps, and he's like, "So am I still invited to do the show?" Or we're like, "Yeah, dude, we just we were trying to." Oh, dude, it was just a mess, and like Viking like totally lost it. He was like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucked up." And then like I brought it up on the big monitor again. I said, "Dude, like, can you honestly blame us?" And he looked at it and he's like, wow, dude, that's fucked up. He's like, yeah. He's like, I would have been confused too, but whatever. He's like, but I'm not claiming it. So ever since then, like even we bring up the story when we're bullshitting with him, he's like, nah, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't look nothing like him. But yeah, that's I'm sorry. I had to say something about that.
That's
That was
silly
funny.
shit.
And that was
Uh,
fuck, dude. That was 4 years ago,
yeah.
something like that.
So how about I just happened to come across I guess Elon Musk is shutting down his whole supercharger network.
I'm so tired of that motherfucker.
Oh, I
I
fucking love Elon. I know he's doing this to piss Biden off because he got the government subsidies. Because but Elon, even though he was into the electric cars, he knew damn well that was not the car of the future. These were fads. These are all right. We got gas cars. Well, here's some electric cars too. He never intended the whole takeover of the electric industry, but that's what our government wants.
That's not what the fuck he said. I'm just saying.
Like all the shit. Like Elon was more into space shit. And his Tesla cars. He found a market because the government wanted it. But even that super cyber, like he even said that Cybertruck in like different interviews was kind of like they wanted us to make an electric truck, so we threw together, and it was crap. That Cybertruck was the biggest. It looked like fucking Avengers when Tony Stark put that first car up and it fucking floated for a second and blew up.
Right, but here's my thing. I ended up having to take a class overall that working on towards being a mechanic. Coming up, and I'm gonna tell you what. Every class there was at least 5 videos of this chat telling you how this is the new revolution. This is going to be the newest fucking thing. So for all these dealerships and or not even dealerships, all these car manufacturers, GM, Ford,
So
Mopar,
he fed him the line. This is the
you know,
fire,
even for
man. You gotta
them,
get this is the new fire.
right? But even them guys sending all these mechanics out just to watch these fucking videos and learn shit about this fucking car that's going to be the biggest piece of shit you ever seen in your life. Well, let me rephrase that. It's going to be the new Pinto
Yeah, that's it.
of
That's
the
it.
of the fucking millennia. You know what I mean? Or the Chevy Lumina or the Beretta or the
No,
you know
you
what I
were
mean?
good with the Pinto because these fucking things
I'm
catch
just
on
giving you
fire. Something
prime
terrible.
fucking examples. You know what I mean? But
Well, I think whether he looked at that way or the other way, whichever way, I think he came to his senses, especially with as much as he doesn't like Joe Biden. He's shutting down all. I guess he was gonna start a new supercharger network for people to charge these cars everywhere. And Biden was all, I guess Biden went out and made all kind of speeches and talked about it. And as soon as Biden started talking about it, he started laying people off. He shut down the supercharger fucking network. He said that he's still gonna go forward with it, but at a slower pace.
right. Yeah.
I mean, you got the only thing I don't like about Elon Musk is because he hasn't become a superhero yet. That's the only thing I know. Bitch, you literally have everything that Iron Man has had in anything. anything from space travel to the electric repulsor, all weapons, the flight, all that shit. You're still not Iron Man, motherfucker. You can't say Batman because his parents were still alive. Or Zuckerberg. And I better watch what I say because I'm gonna fuck around and they ain't gonna become superheroes. They're gonna be super villains.
Right.
I mean, we already got them. I mean, Jesus Christ, might as well put on the outfit, Gates.
Right. Oh fuck, man.
Let's see what. But yeah,
But
he said he's shutting down his charging stations as he will reconstitute the EV charger team in bigger, badder, more Muskian way. This guy says there's no way Mr. Musk would walk away from effectively free money. And right, I don't think he is. I think he took his free money. He's not going to be greedy. He's going to back away for a little bit. And then when he needs some more, he'll come and get some more.
mm-hmm.
It says GM and Ford in separate statements said they are not changing their plans to equip their EVs with connectors that will allow drivers of the Chevy, the Cadillac, or the Ford EVs to recharge at Tesla stations. So what it's gonna fuck around and happen, I feel like, is GM and Ford are gonna make all these special plugs that ain't never gonna be used, and then they're gonna have to retrofit so they can find out some government plug-in or whatever. When the Asians, when they started this whole bullshit, had the fucking way, you just plugged it into your house.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't understand. You notice that when these cars first came out, you plug them just straight into your house. Then all of a sudden, when the Americans got a hold of it, you had to change your whole house wiring and this and that and get a special plug. And then a little bit down the line, no, you can't even do that. You got to go to these charging stations. But bitch, you can plug a Power Wheels into the wall, right?
Well, listen, let me ask you this. The population difference between over there to here?
Yeah, there's a lot more of them.
Right. So, again, we all know they progress way more than we do. And so, I'll give you a breakdown of what Tesla did, okay? All this shit started, and all these charging stations started coming up. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you started having all these power outages. Started having, a goddamn squirrel blowing on a goddamn terminal up on the fucking telephone pole would knock the fucking grid out for
our power grid
10 fucking miles. All right, so now that just tells you our grid needs upgraded. All right, so now them guys over there have already been on electric and all that shit, you know what I mean, for years, way before us. So again, they progress way more. So they already had to upgrade their electrical system just because of the population and how many people demand electric for everything. Now they added cars on, so what they do automatically started upgrading they already know that they have to upgrade their shit before they bring out the population of the electrical car. You know what I mean? So their power grids ain't all fucked up.
Well, see, that would make sense if you didn't know the whole geography and shit. Because I remember looking into a little bit about this, and in certain populated areas of China, you're right, they did redo their grid because they're the more higher end people and shit.
It's higher demand.
Right, but the poor people, the power grids, they got people living in buildings like the Mexicans are even like, God damn.
Oh, dude.
And their wiring is it looks like chicken wire going across the thing.
Right.
And then the Koreans in North Korea, it's something that don't really get out too much because we ain't allowed to know too much about North Korea. But they redid their whole the higher echelon people, the I guess because there's only two tiers. You're either up or you're down. The upper people in North Korea were mostly going by electric, and the taxis and shit were all electric, and the trams and everything they redid their whole grid for their upper end on electric. Problem is, they had nothing to supply the electric. So they had rolling power outages. It took the one dude that they interviewed said it takes 5 hours to charge a taxi cab to run for 3 hours. And there's people, you got to be there like hours. Like if your shift starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, you got to be there damn near 4 o'clock in the morning to try to get a plug to charge your car up. I mean, the electric thing is an alright fad, but nobody thought that shit out. Nobody. The
Oh
electric
no,
car,
no,
the
no,
electric
no, no.
car been good. We needed our power grid upgraded before we needed our vehicles upgraded. That's
Listen,
number one. And number two,
people. I'm telling you right now, people thought about it because you think about all. Just let's say when was the first Tesla that came out? Hold on.
well, I think it was 90s, somewhere around there. First prototype for a Tesla. But they had electric cars before Tesla. Fuck, they
Right,
had
but
electric cars back in the fucking 40s and 50s. But
well,
another thing
no,
that
no, no, no. Hold on, I'm making a point here. Oops, shit. 2003.
was the first Tesla
Well, wait a minute. No, that was the first inspection. 2008 is when it came out.
production.
Right, and then okay, yeah, that was when the first Tesla came out. Was 2008, and then the next better model came out 2012, and then the better model was 2015. All right, so since 2008, all right, you imagine how many charging stations you see now, all right? You imagine the money that the electric companies are making off of this, where the stations are set up, where they're making money off of it. So a lot of people thought about what was going to happen. You know what I mean? They didn't give a shit about the long run.
See,
Because,
and that's what I'm talking about. This is
right,
my point on it. Nobody realizes the ramifications of an electric vehicle. We're gonna take the power grid out. We're gonna take out the energy. We'll take that out. All right. So one, and a lot of people remember. Oh, who was that famous attorney? She was a chick. She was just here in East Palestine. There was a famous attorney. She fought a battle for kids that had cancer, and the cancers came from what? The power lines. You know, the power. There's these high tension, these high voltage power lines that were going across the country, that are still going across the country, that caused these kids to have cancer, and it was proven scientifically. These companies try to fight it and fight it and fight it, but it was proven. That's electromagnetic waves coming from fucking power lines that are 20 to 50 feet above. Now, most if any of the ghost hunters or anything out there, most hallucinations and most people who see ghosts who are not seeing ghosts are hallucinating from high EMF, electromagnetic frequency, that comes from power lines, power wires, and power motors, electric motors.
right.
So now, if we just imagine riding in an electric motor with an EMF right next to your fucking body constantly, that is worse than having them commercials that or them videos with the cell phone cooking the eggs.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't thought. People are not thinking about this. People are just thinking, "Oh,
They're
this is an
not.
electric car. There's this and that."
No,
The health
they're not.
ramifications alone.
They're not thinking about the long run. They're thinking about how much money can I make right now. I don't care how long it lasts. I'm not investing in the future because I'm not going to be here and I don't have to worry about it. So if I can make $1 million a year for the next, okay, it was first introduced in 2003. We're in 2024. So if I can make $1 million for the next 20 fucking years and make $20 million, Marco, and between me and you, we probably couldn't spend 20 fucking $1 million in a lifespan. I mean, we probably could, but anybody that's going to invest and think about this kind of shit is not going to spend the money like that. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to spend the money how they want, They're gonna live life great, and that's it. That's all they're worried about. They're not worried about from 2024 to 2000, and we'll just say 55. You
Right.
know,
Well, you're
when
absolutely
your
right. You are
when your
absolutely right.
grandkids got to worry about all the batteries that they got to get rid of because of all these motherfucking $30,000 batteries, and they got to store in junkyards or store it because they can't.
They can't get rid of them. It's worse than toxic waste.
And you've worked in junkyards, and you already know batteries are the worst fucking thing to get rid of. Nobody wants to take fucking batteries. Yeah, you can get
Lead,
hell if I
lead
scrape.
don't break down. Acid is caustic no matter what. It's very
Right.
hard to fucking break, turn
They
that
don't
back
want to deal
into
with it.
right.
And if anything, they try to recharge and resell to make more money off of that fucking battery. Again, not worried about the long run. And that's just a simple point. But yet everybody is worried about going fucking green. Everybody is worried about the future kids. And again, like you said earlier, nobody's fucking thinking.
That's it.
That's all there is to it. And
All
it's
right.
sad, but and everybody is doing that, and like nobody gives a shit about what's going to happen in 30 years because you're or 50 years because you're not going to be here. You're
Yeah.
worried about what you could do now.
And then the bad thing is that's the big ploy that they all try to push on it. They just, oh, we're thinking about the future. We're thinking about our. No, the fuck you're not.
No,
Because
you're not.
if you were thinking about the future, and what about the future of the little Mexican kids and the little black kids that are in Africa and Mexico digging up the cobalt for these batteries that we can't get rid of?
Right,
Nobody's
but
thinking about their future.
that's
Nobody's
not even. Well, we won't even go back there. We'll go to the first few Teslas that got released, and according to this was in 2008 is when the shit started catching on fire, and the fucking fire department couldn't even put them out.
Yeah. Because
Motherfuckers that
water
are
don't put everything out.
guys and women that are trained in putting out fires could not put out the fire. Trained, lived, eat, and been in smoke and sucked on fire flames and couldn't put out the fucking fire. That should have been your first fucking sign. First
Yeah,
fucking sign. That was in 2008, and here we are in 2024, and everybody wants a fucking Tesla.
I sure as fuck don't. I'll be running fossil fuels as long as that shit's pumped out the ground.
Right. And even after that, we gonna start cussing, or what do they call that shit with the corn? Tussing corn.
Moonshining.
Right.
That's it.
We going racing one way or the other.
That's it. All right. With that being said, that's been our hour, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure you, if you out in the Cleveland, Youngstown, or any of this area way, come and check us out on the 4th at Selfie World, and on the 5th at Chef Caroline's Exotic Cuisine. Yeah, just be kind to each other, man. Don't follow the bullshit out there.
Right. Do what you want to do in your own privacy, man.
Yeah,
don't
try to push your bullshit on nobody, and nobody gonna push their bullshit on you.
Been saying it for years. Do what makes you happy, man.
Yep. We'll end on a satanic quote.
Oh, God damn
it. Do what thou wilt. Y'all be good to each other. I'm out.